Aivon pohjalle ruumis.
What's up? Hello, fellow humans, planet Earth. How are we all doing on this glorious video gaming day? Hello, Mr. Bagman. How are you doing? Welcome to the video game broadcast, brought to you by videogames at videogames.com. For some reason my thing went to 360p. Hopefully that isn't an indicator of something terrible happening, but everything on the stream looks fine, so... let me make sure that if I push this button, it's the right browser. Nice. What's up? How are you doing today? Have you played some World of Warcrafts?
Amazing!
Amazing! Yo, it's a Debatron raid! What the hell? Hello, social fungers. Bag Squad? Wait a second. Bag Squad raid? I'm ready to slay, befriend some princesses / witches today. The witch of the steal of the children. Hello, hello. Let's see if all this stuff works. The Debatron. Kinda works. I can't push the up button though. That's probably because 70 isn't working. Oh, and this doesn't work. That has never worked. Hello and good day, what's up? How are you doing? How's your stream? How was Fields of Mystria? Have you made some incredible progress? Shout out Debatron. Everyone please go push the button above the chat, or push this button and go give them a follow. What's up everyone? Hope everyone has had a fantastic time. I'm hyped for Enda stream time. Nice. Well, if that's what you're excited for, then that is exactly what you're going to be getting today, because we're going to be doing so much stream times. All my animals are making babies. Oh, oh, oh. What the hell? Can you say that? Are you legally allowed to say that on Twitch? Why am I the only one that doesn't have a working 7TV? Is there something wrong with me and my browser, or what? Or like, I feel like I thought this was like a problem everyone was having, but I guess it's just me. Am I the only one using Firefox? What's the non-sus way to say? Just don't talk about it. Well, just don't talk about it. It's weird. This might be loud, by the way. I have to warn you guys. I haven't launched this game on this PC. My animals are in love, but breeding animals is the way to make cool colored animals in the game. Okay. Wait, so depending on how you breed them, you get different colored animals? That's kind of cool. I need to do a little bit of FPS limiting in this very resource-intensive game. Is this game suitable for devs? Maybe you should look at that parental advisor guide website real quick. Ah, I can't open my NVIDIA control panel. That's a little bit awkward. Oh, I got it. Nice. Like the game hasn't been super explicit in any way so far. Like I mean, but I mean the themes are pretty violent. So I shared a screenshot for you. Check out Devatron. Nice. Max frame rate, 60. Alright, we're good to go. You gotta breed the white out of them. Well, like you could breed any color out of them, I assume, right? But yeah, it's hard for me to tell. This is like I wouldn't say this is like this would go on Debatron's must play now, but it might be okay to participate in, I guess. The theme of the game, which we can do a quick little recap, Rooney, as it's been a week since we played this. I only played it for a couple of hours, so it's not like I finished the game or anything or know everything about it. But oh, here. This is a horror game and it's not intended for all audiences. Please visit our website, blacktabbies, if you need a list of specific content warnings. blacktabbygames.com. blacktabbygames.com. Whatever horrors you may find in these dark spaces, have heart and see them through. There are no premature endings, there are no wrong decisions, there are only fresh perspectives and new beginnings. This is a love story. Oh, here, content warnings. Oh, I'm in the wrong browser, whoops. Mild nudity, realistic depictions of mutilation. Disembowelment, realistic depictions of knife wounds, loss of self, cosmic horror, existential horror, being eaten alive. I don't know, is this a dev game? Content warning you. I'm reading, did you... Did you see any of the content last stream? Yeah, we definitely did. This game would kill them. Notify killer first. Yes, I don't remember the logic behind my saves. Basically the premise of Slay the Princess is that you, and in the sense that it feels like me, but the character wakes up in this forest. There's a narrator talking to them, and they're like, "Hey, you are here to kill." Hi. What am I supposed to do for you? I'm on. I will tap out. I'm glad they gave a content warning. Please have a great video gaming time. Bye, Deb. Hey, son, what's up? The premise of Slay the Princess is you wake up in this forest, there's a narrator talking to you, and the narrator is like, hey, you are here to kill the princess. You're like, wait, why? It's like, well, if you don't kill the princess, the world will end. And from there, you make a bunch of narrative choices. Some of them involve killing the princess, some of them involve not killing the princess, but eventually it seems like the world ends anyway. Mark me. Thank you, son. But yeah, eventually the world ends anyway. So no matter what happens, the world ends. And when the world ends, you get to this blank, nebulous space of nothingness, where nothing exists and no one wants to be, where there is a entity, some sort of cosmic horror entity that's just like, hey, just feed me more experiences. I just want to experience things. Please, give me more experiences. And yeah, that's kind of where we're at. We fed this cosmic entity two princesses so far. She wants to eat princesses for some reason. We got like one of the rarest ones. It's like a 5% Steam achievement or whatever. It's the one where you're just passive throughout the entire game, and then eventually the princess kind of saves you, but then the princess still gets taken. And then we did the one where you just slay the princess, like you don't care, you just keep murdering her over and over and over again with no regrets. And I have some saves, but I don't remember exactly where they go to. But I think I did write that down. Oh yeah, we also did a leave ending where we just left everything. I'm looking at my notes there. So we did pacifist, no weapon, always try to be peaceful. We did leave, just leave over and over, so we just kept leaving. We did slay the princess, mirrorless. So I kept killing the princess while trying to ignore the mirror, but I had to approach it in chapter 3. The voices we encountered that I wrote down, we got more of these, but it's cold and cheated. And I had the idea that maybe I could stab the mirror. Save the blade when she's a ghost, go into chapter 2 after killing her, then don't grab the blade. Slay princess, kill yourself, chapter 2, Spectre. Looks like a cool game. It's pretty cool. This one should be this one should be the one where we slew the princess, I think. Wait, but if I load, it still remembers all my history, right? It's not gonna be like, oh wait. Does someone know? Does slay the princess remember after you load? Surely it does, right? Oh, it doesn't. Oh, apparently you're not supposed to... That makes no sense though. It's like people are saying you're not supposed to reload, but why are there 800 why are there 800 save slots then? Weird. Okay, well, let's do the kill the princess thing again. Sweet, I've always wanted to off a monarch. Viva la revolution.
That's the spirit. You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Proceed into the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your
Oh,
implement.
we can auto.
You'll need it if you want to do this right. You take the blade from the table.
Can't even tell if this is another game or Final Fantasy VII side content anymore. Hello,
The
Jace,
door to
what's
the
up?
basement creaks open.
What is the auto option supposed to do here? Is that like if you only have one path to go, it's gonna auto you, or?
Good. You're still listening to reason.
Oh,
You walk down the
place
stairs
the text.
and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
I guess we'll go through this slowly because it's been a while since we played it. But
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Steel your nerves and step forwards.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me? I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it.
Use this.
So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
Slay the princess.
You lunge forward without a moment's hesitation. You feel flesh easily give way and look down to see your blade already sinking deep into her heart.
Oh. This is it, isn't it?
Yo, Dwellius, what's up?
I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. But I have to wonder.
Oh, middle mouse button rules the UI. That's
Do
interesting.
you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
It's like she's convinced she can't die. Yes, even as she lays there dying, she entirely believes herself to be alive and well. But it's over, isn't it? She stopped breathing moments ago. That arrogant look still plastered on her face.
I'm eating barbecue potato chips, not looking at Booba's stab. My 7 TV is not
But
working.
is it over? Really over?
I'm the only poor asshole that has a not working 7 TV apparently. Oh, I can't even choose this option anymore. Interesting. I'm not sure. I feel like she has to have some kind of trick up her sleeve.
It's over. You could check her sleeves if you want, but I can assure you that there's nothing hidden up there. We should make sure. What's the harm in checking for a pulse? I really don't think you should do that. And why shouldn't we? Is there something you're not telling us? I've told you everything that's happened with complete accuracy. The princess is dead. Your blade pierced her heart. There's no coming back from that.
I ate ketchup potato chips earlier, not looking at Booba. Stab. Remove the blade.
You lean down and wrap your hand around the blade's hilt. But as you begin to slide it out of its resting place, you feel a sharp and sudden jab in your side. What was that?
I guess I won't be dying alone after all.
Quick, let's get out of here. It's too late for that now. You collapse to the ground as the mortally wounded princess twists a blade of her own deeper between your ribs. As you fall, she falls with you, exhausted by the effort, the little life that was left in her eyes fading rapidly.
Hello, ketchup potato chips. Sword time. I've heard a lot of good things about ketchup potato chips, but I never had them myself. Oh no, she's British. She's the only one that isn't British in this game.
An eye for an eye. A life for a life. I guess we're even now. See you around.
You were so close. Why did you hesitate? It doesn't matter. At least you managed to take her with you. For whatever that's worth.
Any bags?
No.
Chapter 2, The Razor.
Yo, Adora, thank you so much for sticking for 53 montherinos. Much appreciado, Mikado, Minado, and Potato. Welcome back to Bag Buddy, and all for incredible emoticons. Wow, I bet this is going to be the start to the level 100 hype train now, because I was gone for 2 days, right? Right, guys? You know, I need money, yeah. Ketchup potato chips are seasonal here, they always come and go. You like the slight sourness. I don't know if I like ketchup and I'll take ketchup potato chips though, but...
Everything goes dark, and you die.
Ah. Well, that's the end of the stream, guys. Chapter 2, The Racer? What the hell, Iterate? My stream video cut out
You're
compared.
on
I
a
was going to give
path
like a
in the
build.
woods.
Ah.
And at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Monka? What if I asked right now, Dwalius? Would you still do it, or?
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
The mode pa- oh, fuck, man. But I already slew Iterate. That's one of the people that have actually played this game. If I load a if I load a save, will the game remember my progress? Because when I googled it, people said that it doesn't. But then I'm thinking, why would it have so many save states if it doesn't? I guess unless there are specific endings you can only get if you haven't played the game before. But I already sued the princess. Sure, she killed me, but I definitely got her. Why am I here again? It doesn't. Oh, okay.
I can assure you that you didn't slay her and that she didn't kill you. People don't just spring back to life after dying, and the two of us are meeting for the very first time. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
This whole thing's a crock of shit. She's just going to pull a knife out of nowhere and stab us again.
Very standard original legend for Western people, okay.
Stabbed to death? Well, you won't have to worry about that. The princess is unarmed.
Yeah, that's exactly what you told us last time. You said this whole thing would be easy, but after we sank our blade into her heart, she just got up and started stabbing us.
Calm down. I assure you she has no weapons, so there's no reason to fear her. You were made for this job. You'll do just fine.
It feels like I can keep choosing these options no matter what. Like the one option was grayed out, but all these like explore options I guess are always gonna keep not being grayed out, question mark? Let's assume I'm telling the truth and all this really did happen. Why should I listen to you?
Those are two very different questions,
I
but
can't skip,
fine.
so we have
I'll
to express
indulge you
this.
if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. You died last time, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me. We mostly listened to you. How are we supposed to know she'd spring back to life? If she sprung back to life in this hypothetical scenario, then clearly you didn't slay her.
Most explore options don't change much. Yeah, but I haven't heard this before because I can't skip it. So.
Congratulations, you've been given a chance to actually do this right. And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're...
Probably because you have different voices now. Yeah. Well, I've had the cheated before. We had the cheated before, but... Wasn't there like all controls? There we go. Google assistive self-voicing. Looks like modded Rempy, yeah, definitely Rempy. Is that that's a audiobook, audiobook, visual novel engine? Advances dialogue without selecting choices. Anyways, interface access skips dialogue when pressed while held down. Skip dialogue meaning skipping dialogue that I haven't heard before, or because I'm just looking for a button that.
What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences.
Oh, yeah.
We stabbed
cool.
the princess stabbed us, and now everyone's right back to where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely?
Oh man. I was just checking something. The standard of version of Japan, the DDLC was on it as well, though a lot of version novels are made in Unity now. Fuck Q, SP, and Rags. Pragi. Are those other engines?
Had you failed to slay the princess, what would have happened to everyone in the place you left?
This is so. I feel like making a visual novel can't be too difficult, right? But this is just like the background engine is really easy to use for like multiple choice based things. So you can just kind of keep like that's the easy part of this, I assume. Because I mean, this doesn't look much like DDLC, right? Like that's a very distinct style to it.
Screw this. Who cares what happened to everyone else? She's not going to play fair, so we should do what we can to save ourselves and just get out of here.
At least you know not to trust her, but you do realize that everything and everyone includes you, right? If you turn around and leave, you're dooming yourself as well as everyone else. We were so close to finishing the job last time. She can't get the jump on us twice. If we're careful, we should be fine.
I'm surprised, but that whole perspective shift with the mouse is on custom play. Yeah, because I don't probably be able to do this in DDLC. Alright, saying it's from new edition, okay.
That's the spirit. Just keep that stiff upper lip, and you'll save the world in no time at all.
Because this kind of helps make the scene feel a little bit more alive. Let's talk about the princess.
Just be quick about it.
We killed each other last time around. How can I make sure that doesn't happen again?
Like I said, if she killed you, it was probably because you didn't listen to me. Don't talk to her, don't trust her, just go in, do your job, and save the world.
Oh, and don't get stabbed while you're at it.
Explore. All she did last time around was stab me to death. How can someone like that end the world?
She just can. But she's still only a princess. You're fully up to the task you've been given, so long as you remember that.
Who locked her in the basement? What is this
People
place?
locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods. Don't overcomplicate things.
If people locked her away, like, so we've already asked this, right? But
Look,
I can't skip it.
I'm not supposed to say this, but it's because... Oh, I didn't know we were special.
Oh, it's because it cheated as a new dialogue, maybe?
Of course you're special. Why else would you be here?
If anyone's special here, it's her. Last I checked, we can't get up from a knife in the chest.
Well, we kind of did, but... You're being cagey. What aren't you telling me?
I've told you everything you need to know. Going into more detail would just overcomplicate an otherwise very simple situation and make your job more difficult.
You didn't tell us about her knife last time, though.
That's because she's unarmed. And more than that, it's because there wasn't a last time.
That's all.
Great. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin.
Unless those dialogues are marked as unique for each chapter, even though they are not. Well, maybe. Well, I assume it's because I cheated as a specific
warning
dialogue, because I
before
wasn't
you go
stabbed
any
last
further.
time.
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
He couldn't be more on the money. But we're really doing this, aren't we? I'd say you're lost, but I'm stuck here with you. We know what to look out for this time. We know to be careful. Just stay focused and you'll be fine.
I guess it feels like the more we stay on the path of the narrator, the
interior of the cabin is a jagged mess of warped wood and broken boards, their splintered edges as uninviting as shattered glass. The only furniture of note is a pointed table with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
The more I feel like the first playthrough we did, where we went completely anti-narrative, I feel like stuff looked even worse than it does now. But I'm not sure if that's the case or not. I kind of wanted to grab the blade and try to stab the mirror with it, but I don't know if that's the thing.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
You didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall.
That's because there isn't a mirror. There's definitely... There isn't.
Can you two stop arguing? It's stressful enough in here without all of this extra noise.
I care about whether I care about whether I'm being lied to. I care. I want to look at myself. I want to see how handsome I am.
I care less about that and more about whether we're being lied to. If he's willing to lie about something as innocuous as a mirror, what else is he hiding from us? I'm not lying to you. Use your eyes. There is no mirror. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would it even do?
This whole cabin is different than last time.
Very different. Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess. So focus up. A lot's riding on this.
Okay, I'm not gonna take the blade this time, because last time I took the blade, she was a ghost, and then she, I didn't have the blade for the third time around.
Are we really doing this without a weapon? You know she has one, right?
Once again, I'd like to remind you that she's unarmed. But you're right, this would be a lot easier if you had the blade. I hope you know what you're doing.
For a Slay the Spire ripoff, you sure do very little deck building while climbing the princess. Oh god, dude, that would be so cool.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing what must once have been stairs. The fractured slats look as if they've been torn from their source and violently jammed into the wall. The air seeping up from below has an almost metallic quality to it, like the smell of fresh blood. And you can hear what sounds like the rhythmic scraping of metal coming from down below. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favour.
That's right, scraping. I told you she has something, I told you.
That sound could be anything. It's probably just her chains dragging across the floor. I am begging you to get out of your head. Her grating voice carries up the stairs.
I hope you've come to rescue me. I've been stuck down here forever.
Okay, so she's not a ghost again.
There is something so wrong with that voice.
Yeah, she thinks she's better than us, like she doesn't even have to put on an act this time.
As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view, her sharp eyes following you from across the room. I wonder if she remembers us.
Finally, somebody! Quick, get me out of these chains. We're not safe here.
Come on now, we're not falling for that, are we? She's trying to trick us, but she can't hide that threatening edge to her voice. She just wants us to get close, to let our guard down. Exactly. She sounds threatening because her mask is already slipping. She knows why you're here.
What are you waiting for? You are here to rescue me, right?
Smug princess. Do you remember what happened last time?
Last time? If somebody came into my house and stabbed me to death and then I killed him, surely I would remember that.
See? See?
but I don't remember it, so it must not have happened.
But she does remember it. She just mentioned it. Was a female VA from Fiverr? I mean, I don't know.
There you go again, talking up delusions about a past life experience that clearly didn't happen. Ugh, it's like the two of you are working together on this. Aren't you listening to her? She's obviously lying through her teeth. I'm terrible at spotting lies, and even I can tell something's up here. We can't be the only ones that looped back to the start. Someone else has to remember, right? Yes, something is obviously up, and we can all tell that she's lying. The thing she's lying about is how dangerous she is, not dimension hopping or time travel or whatever it is you think you're doing.
If I come close to you, but that's not exactly what happened, so you remember it. I know you have a knife, I'll let you out of here if you drop it. Jesus, there's so many exploration options. God damn. Watermelon Red Bull slushy. They make watermelon flavored Red Bull. I've been a standard flavor here for years with tropical. What if we're both honest with each other? I was sent here to stop you from ending the world, and you killed me last time after coming back from being stabbed in the heart.
That doesn't sound like me.
I have absolutely zero doubts that she is going to stab us if we get close to her.
She certainly feels threatening.
Just because she's acting like she's going to stab you doesn't mean she has the means to actually do it. But you know who has the capacity to quickly arm himself? You do, so stop second-guessing yourself, go upstairs, take the blade, and do your job. But I'm nervous.
I don't want to grab the blade because I want to have the blade for the last
All
chapter.
the more reason to jump into the deep end and deal with her right now before you waste any more time getting stuck in your head.
Yeah. We only have one flavored Red Bull. There's even a new one, like a month ago. Sugar-free Forest Berry. I've only ever had basic bitch Red Bull. But that's exactly what happened, so you remember it.
Would I just lie? Would I just lie to your face and tell you a
Yes.
thing I remembered happening didn't happen just so I could stab you again?
Yes.
I mean, just so I could stab you for the first time.
Aha! She slipped up there. She said again, and her taking it back doesn't count. Do you hear how deranged you sound right now? Please stop dawdling. This is only going to end with violence. Postponing the inevitable is only going to make it worse for you when it actually happens.
I feel like it's too late to go back now to grab the knife. I think we're past that point. I know you have a knife. I'll let you out of here if you drop it.
A knife? What are you talking about? I don't have a knife. Where would I keep a knife? And why would I stab you to death? I don't know you. You haven't given me a reason to stab you to death. It would be so silly of me to cut you open and look at your insides.
Okay, I could have sworn we didn't mention stabbing anyone to death. Sounds like she's really out for blood. Fortunately for you, she isn't armed.
Prove it. Prove that you don't have a knife.
It would be so much easier to prove that I do have a sharp object. I could just show it to you. but I don't have one, so I can't.
The princess smiles as she pulls her hands from behind her back.
Sus G.
But look at this! Hands! Hands that don't have anything in them to stab you with!
Her smile stretches into an even wider grin as she shakes her sleeves.
But she had it hidden somewhere last time too.
And empty sleeves, too! Look at how few stabbing implements I have. It's practically zero.
But what if you're just hiding it somewhere secret?
I've shown you all of my hiding spots. What kind of princess do you think I am? I would never hide something sharp somewhere secret.
It's just like stabbed into her back or something crazy like that.
Wait, that sounds like I'm lying, but I'm actually not. My secret zones are for me, only they have nothing to do with you or my intention to not stab you to death the second you get close to me.
Prison bullet.
Her smile drops for a moment, her expression sharp.
She's doing
and
a
flat.
Die Hard, yeah, it's like taped to her back.
I assure you, there's nothing hidden there.
I'm inclined to believe her on that one. She seems serious. Of course, but that doesn't mean that she doesn't have something hidden somewhere. We know for a fact she's armed.
Okay, fine, I'm coming closer to free you. You'd better not... Well, actually, we can just explore the options, I guess. If I come close to you, you're just going to stab me, aren't you?
What? No! No, I wouldn't stab you. I am just a sweet, innocent princess trapped here for no reason. And you are a brave knight who's supposed to walk up to not stabbing distance to help me.
How many more times does she have to vaguely threaten you before you finally decide you're ready to deal with her? We're clearly still figuring out our angle. We don't have the luxury of watching this from a distance. Oh, I'm sorry, do you think I'm in a position of luxury right now? You're acting like you are. My entire world is at risk. Then maybe you should behave with a little more humility. A bit of self-deprecation would go a long way. No, I have my dignity.
You have to imagine that the narrator and that entity, the cosmic entity, are like opposites. But it feels like the narrative is significantly weaker than the other cosmic entity. That could just be like a twist, right?
Fine, then we'll continue to treat you exactly how you deserve to be treated.
Because technically the narrator is the one that seems to decide how things are. If the narrator is deceiving us, then he can make everything be worse. I'd like to trust you, but you're being so suspicious right now.
That's so rude of you, passing judgments on strangers you've never met just because they're different from you. How would you like it if I did that, huh? Silly little Birdface thinks he's so serious coming down here but doesn't know anything. He doesn't even have a knife for stabbing. I bet you didn't like that, did you?
Okay,
I bet you didn't like being
SJW.
judged for no reason.
I think I've said my piece at this point.
Birdface? We need a voice of bass?
I
Maybe
think
we'll get
we all
one.
have. But if you want to keep exhausting your questions, it beats getting stabbed to death.
We called you Birdface? I mean, we already know that look at my hand. Look at my mouse pointer. You are furry. I am a furry. Can we just talk things through? I don't have the key.
Oh, you don't? Okay, I see. I have an idea. You should come over here and stare directly at the chains. You won't be able to find a key if you don't know what it's supposed to look like, so you better come right within close staring distance just to be sure.
That's actually pretty smart.
Okay, I'm bored now.
She's bored? That's absurd. She doesn't get to be bored. Not in a way that matters. She's a prisoner. She's... Shit. In a sudden burst of movement, the princess leaps towards you, a blade erupting from her free arm, her wrist limp and empty from the violent expulsion. Huh. So I guess she did have a knife of her own after all. How conciliatory of you. We appreciate it, really. Now what are we going to do? At least we're safe here. She's still in chains. And those chains stop her from continuing her advance.
Nice.
At least for a moment. She looks down at them with something between annoyance
That
and
just
confusion.
cuts her hand off, probably.
And then she slices through her arm.
Yep.
Okay, maybe we aren't safe here. She doesn't even hesitate before darting towards you with a terrifying speed you can't hope to outpace. That won't stop us from trying. Run, 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 run! You sprint for the stairs, but
Wolverine.
I wasn't exaggerating when I said she was running at you with a terrifying speed you couldn't hope to outpace. We don't make it, do we? No. You feel her blade in your back before you make it to the first stair.
I'm going to kill you now.
Oh.
And with a squelch, she does just that. Everything goes dark.
Shia LaBeouf, and that's a
And you
better
die.
one. Dude, if these people are the ones to make infinite money making this exact thing about Shia LaBeouf, that would be a money machine. Unironically, that's a great idea. Chapter 3, No Way Out.
You're on a path in the woods. No, fuck that. If we're gonna have to keep doing this over and over and over again, we're not starting in that goddamn woods every time. We're starting in the fucking cabin. You're what? The interior of the cabin is sharp.
Nice.
A constricting mess of curved and battered sheet metal pushing you towards... Wait, excuse me? What just happened? What did you just do? I feel dizzy. Oh ho ho ho! I guess I took us to the cabin, didn't I? Isn't that interesting? Who holds the cards now?
What new voice do we have?
Who cares about cards?
Contrarian.
You're all acting like this is about winning and losing, while this is actually about having fun.
Contrarian equals... Imagine how a narrator to control your life. This is me in real life, yeah, essentially.
Is this fun for you? It's not fun for
Oh,
me.
we got the
I
broken
don't
as
like
well.
being sliced to pieces.
I'm just taking copious notes just in case it's relevant at any point.
Great, so obviously you've already been here. How many times? This is our third? No wonder things have fallen apart. You do realize that every time you fail, she escapes and an entire world is damned to destruction, right? That can't be right, that's too much responsibility. I couldn't agree more. We couldn't be trusted with the fate of a single person, let alone the fate of the world. Let's just stay focused, shall we? The only furniture of note is a bent metal table. A pristine blade perched. We take it. Okay,
Oh.
sure, you take the blade before letting me finish telling you it's there.
Okay.
It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. And then, we throw it out the window.
No, 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 no!
That blade is the only edge we have. We are not. Too late, because we already did it, didn't we? Unfortunately for the rest of you, and for me, and for the sake of the world... Yes.
No!
That is horribly unfair. He shouldn't be allowed to just do things like that. You were the one who made us pick it up. See? You're not the only one who can figure out how to do things. What's done is done. I suggest you make the best of it. You're all so mad at each other. I'm just going to sit here quietly in the corner. You can be the ones to figure out what to do. So? Are you just going to stand there, or are you going to head to the basement like you're supposed to? I'd love to get started just as much as you would, but how are we supposed to get down there? You walk through the door. You do know what doors are, right? But there isn't a door, it's just that mirror again. There isn't a mirror. You really messed things up, didn't you? It's like you can't even see reality anymore.
Approach the mirror.
You make your way to the door at the end of the room, stopping just in front of it. You really must think you're looking at a mirror. Well, it doesn't exist. Just reach forward and open it. Let's just move it out of the way without looking. I don't want to see us. I'm sure we all look awful after dying twice. Let's just fumble for the handle and be done with it. I don't care what we look like.
I care about getting to the end of this mess.
Wipe the mirror clean.
You reach forward and place your hand on the door to the basement. It creaks open. And the mirror's gone. How surprising. I can't say I was particularly invested in looking at it before, but now I really want to see what's in it. If it's so keen on hiding from us, whatever it has must be real good. Guess it's time for us to see her again. Just stay focused and you'll be fine.
I gotta counteract the contrarian.
You step forward,
If I get a
but
choice.
you don't get a chance to linger on the basement stairs. They are smooth and flat and metallic, an unintentional and unfortunately slippery ramp that quickly sends you skittering to the bottom.
Oh, nice.
As your body tumbles onto the basement landing, the form of the princess comes into view, wryly smiling at you from a distance.
Hi, it looks like you don't have a way out, so I'm not going to play dumb anymore. And you still don't have a weapon. That's funny! That's a joke! I'm going to kill you now.
Yes, that was extremely silly of whoever did that. Probably a bad idea. That was you. I know, I'm just trying to add some levity to this. Well, since all of this was your idea, how about you figure out how to get us out of it? Oh, guys like us don't get to make any decisions. You should know that. I decided to pick up that blade, and you decided to throw it out the window.
This is why we've already lost. Can't even stop bickering with ourselves. How are we supposed to beat her without a weapon? She's so sharp.
I wonder if my character will remember that she has a blade inside her gosh darn arm.
Your internal
Oh,
bickering
that's
is
not
cut
an
short
nature,
by
okay,
the
never
wet
mind.
sound of slicing meat. From the princess's arms erupt twin blades glistening with
Whoops.
her blood, the empty flesh of her arms flopping at her elbows like torn sleeves. The chain.
You're going to
Oh,
make
sorry.
me walk over to you, aren't you?
Alright, I'm out of ideas. What are we doing?
Alex! Hi, again. Guys, we got a luxury. Is this cyberpunk now? Yeah, pretty much. Damn, she smells like poop. Like, she literally just smells like poop. At the door, that's what I'm doing anyway. Damn. And I would have done it for free. Hi, fröken. Her hands dangling like, sleeve a wizard. Are you making me do this just because it smells like poop? But she really smells like poop. She smells like a big stinky poop. Poopy stinky. Maybe. What do you think we should do to the princess, Lux? Should we eat her poop? We could eat the princess poop. That's probably an option at some point. Wow. Not as stinky as you, dude. I unironically need to shower, but let's not talk about that. Hei, Logan! Halla, kom da! Skal kos? Felix og Logan har kos? Damn, you got the double pets. Er det to hundevaffer som får kos samtidig? Hæ? Er ikke det hele maks? To hundevaffer får kos samtidig? Og hele pakka? Er det kose, folkens? Er det folken som koser seg? Twin pets with the twin blades, true. I showered yesterday. Wow, look at this braggart. I bet you got a full night of rest too, huh? And I bet you also ate dinner. Oh, look at. Flinke folk. Hæ? Flinke folket. Flinke folket. I have work at 3 a.m. Wow, whoa, look at this guy. He has work. Wow, okay. Hva skjer, Lux? Er du skjer? I have osteoporosis. Whoop. Thank you for the doggy pet redeem. We're fighting here, obviously. We're going to appeal to authority, puff her up a bit. There's no reason we can't talk this out. I'm going to go with not letting her stab us. Oh, that's easy. I'm going to try flirting with her. She has swords for arms and we don't. We're panicking. We're going to let her stab us and we're going to have a stiff upper lip about it. I'm gonna try flirting with her.
That is an interesting move. Interesting? It's disgusting. No, don't try romancing the princess. She wants to kill you. She's going to end the world if you don't stop her. Yeah, do we have to flirt with the murderous monster? Of course we do. I'm into it. The one making the decisions is into it. Are you not? I don't think so. I don't know. I could go either way, honestly.
She doesn't want us.
You're just saying that because you want her to be into you.
I know. I thought I was being obvious.
I know you want to kill me, but has anyone ever told you how gorgeous you are? I just feel like I really get you. I like you romantically, even. Maybe we can hash this out over a hot date. How about you buy me dinner before impaling me to death? Give her the look. I'm gonna give her the look.
The look? Yeah, the best flirts know how to flirt without saying anything. We just have to let her know, right?
I feel like he's not being very contrarian, but maybe he's being contrarian to the other guys.
You flash the princess the look. And a rosy blush rushes to the princess's cheeks as she breaks into a wide grin. Unbelievable.
Oh, is that how it is? Yeah, okay, I feel that. I like you too. Neat.
Oh, be damned, this is actually going to work, isn't it?
Still going to kill you. But now we can both enjoy a mutual romantic subtext to the murder.
Oh no, 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 no!
Or not.
At least she likes us. I've never been liked before.
Blush still glowing in her cheeks. The princess closes the distance between you and skewers you.
God damn it.
Ow. What worthwhile romance doesn't hurt at least a little bit? What matters?
Voice of the smitten?
She's even said as much.
The broken bro, yeah.
Oh, a new one of us. I thought that only happens when we die. Did we die? Nah, we'd know if we died. Right? You're on a... No, you're in a... Where the hell are you?
I think we're dead, and that's all we'll ever be. Dead, 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 dead.
Stop saying dead, all of you. We might have died a second ago, but right now we're extremely not dead. This is all horribly wrong. How many times have you been here? I don't actually know how to answer that question. I think he means how many times have we died? Yes, that. Oh, I've lost count, to be honest.
I haven't. It's 4.
Oh?
No wonder everything's such a mess. This wasn't supposed to go past 1.
Or?
I wonder what you're going to do next. You're so full of ideas, and I love that.
But I guess we don't have time to talk about things before the princess advances. Okay, whatever we do gets us another... us. Let's see how many we can stack. There's got to be a point where it makes us better than her. We'll win her heart eventually.
Come on, show me something new.
So now she's hungering for the new experiences just like the cosmic entity is. We're going to appeal to her authority. Puff her up a bit. There's no reason we can't talk this out. It doesn't work, and she kills you again and again and again and again. Your memory blurs as your consciousness leads from life to life to life, holding only snippets of the conflict that transpires.
Let's appeal to her better nature. We haven't tried that.
Opportunist.
I'm sure she'll listen to reason. She skewers you.
Well, there's more of us. Let's see if that helps. We just have to hit her harder.
She skewers
Was the suburb?
More noise isn't helping, it's just making it harder to focus. Just keep dodging, just keep dodging,
Hey,
just
hunted.
keep dodging. She skewers you.
What's the point of avoiding me if you're not going to fight?
It doesn't matter how many times this takes, we can't give up.
We don't even have a weapon.
Yeah, some clod threw it out the window.
Again, that was you.
No, I was just the clod who suggested it. And if I knew we'd be stuck here forever, I wouldn't have done that.
Just panic, flee.
Was it the paranoid?
She skewers you.
No, you don't get to escape. That's not how this works.
See? We lasted a little longer.
Barely. She's going to kill this body either way. So stop feeling what it feels. She skewers you.
The cold? We already had the cold before.
Ooh, not bad. Real tough.
We're getting close to something, can't you feel it? One last time. Fine. One last time.
One last time.
None of this is working. Think. Think.
The skeptic.
She skewers you. And then everything goes dark, and you die.
Chapter 4, The Empty Cup. You never had a chapter 4 before.
Don't lose your head. We're in a cabin, and we'll take it from here. No steel claw, though.
Was tossing it the only thing we've done that was
Two
permanent?
girls.
That's a sick joke, universe. A sick, sick joke.
Rare chapter 4.
If it's gone for good, then
Two girls,
maybe we
one
never
empty cup?
actually needed it.
What are they gonna fill the cup with, though?
That's what I've been telling you all. We can do this without it. We're tougher than steel.
Yeah, mind over matter.
Who needs violence when
With love,
you
oh.
have love?
Watermelon Red Bull sushi. Oh, okay.
Who needs love when you've mastered yourself?
Who needs anything when we don't matter?
Well, boys, are we ready?
There are
well,
entirely too many of you.
boys.
How many times have you been here? This isn't good. This is...
How about you stick to describing things, and we'll stick to doing them?
Yeah, leave it to the pros.
Narrator, we heroically stride through the door and towards our destined final encounter with our star-crossed lover.
I love Voice of the Smitten. This guy's the best.
Fine by me. You walk to the door and onto the basement stairs, only...
It's more of a slide. We know. Fine, I'll just shut up then and speed this whole thing along.
Are you sure you don't want me to describe the stairs? Or this room, or anything? It feels like I'm hardly a part of this.
Don't care, just want to see how this ends.
Fine, you make your way to the basement, where the princess awaits you.
You know, this last time I killed you, and you didn't pop right back up again? I thought I'd actually done it. I thought I'd cut you into so many pieces you just weren't able to stitch yourself back together. But I guess we're not done. That's okay with me. It's good even. I like that. I got something ready for you while you were gone. Do you want to see it? I'm not going to wait for an answer. I'm just going to show you.
Thank you.
It's worth it though. Just you wait. And not for very long, because I'm going to do it right now.
Is her entire body gonna be a sword now? Like you're just gonna split in half?
Are you going to say what she does? Do you want me to talk now? Well, yeah, she says she has something new. I want to hear about the new thing.
Yeah, me too.
I think I speak for all of us when I say that I would like to
Doggy
hear
treat?
you describe her new thing.
You think she has a dog-eat reach? Make it? Make it? Blink. Där. Ja, försiktig. Blink it. Du har flinkit det. Du har flinkit. Thank you for the doggy treat team. I think Logan really appreciated that. I think it.
Really? Okay then.
Here we go. Now.
Here we
The
go.
princess's skin twists,
Okay.
splitting into
James
red
said they
blooms
just
of
ran away,
raw
so maybe
meat as
didn't
it
appreciate that.
stretches and tears. And then it erupts.
Nice.
She becomes a wave of blood and viscera, pieces of her splattering against the walls. All that remains in the center of the room is a skeleton of blades. A heart beats furiously in its cage of a chest.
Okay. I mean, I thought she was split in half, but I mean, this works too, I
Are
guess.
you ready for what comes next?
Holy shit! She's gorgeous.
Absolutely divine.
Absolutely divine.
Yes, behold the perfect woman.
Yes, the perfect woman.
Do you think we can throw her out the window?
That's right.
That looked painful. How is she still alive? Heart's still beating, that's all she needs. This is fake. This is all fake. That's all just made up. I'd say we bow down to her right now if that had ever even slightly worked for us.
This is all just a sick joke. I hate existing.
We're screwed. I quit. I'm done. Forget it.
That is one of those people who would always say would. Narrator, empty your mind.
What just happened? It's so quiet.
Him too.
Something feels different about you. It almost makes me feel different. Like I should actually take this seriously for once.
You do not act as the princess approaches, instead allowing her to crash against your form, and yet there is seemingly nothing for her to crash against. Again and again she swings at you, but there never really was a you to swing at.
This worked before. I was able to make you dead before.
She swings again, and this time she hits something, or something hits her. She looks down in confused terror as her arm bends and folds up on itself.
Did you do that? It's funny if you did. You're nothing. You've done nothing to me, and I've done so much to you, and that's who we are. But it's like you're nothing now. You can't be nothing. If you're nothing, then what am I? Am I nothing too? No, I'm the one who hurts you.
She hurls herself at you, but as she does, her metal body bends outwards, the very contact with what you are repelling her to the point of destruction. Oh, the very contact with what you are repelling her to the point of destruction. Oh, we are a different cursor. It's a little bird face, maybe. The din of shrieking metal subsides and something small and delicate falls into your hand. It is her heart. It beats gently, calmly in your palm. Not another word is spoken. It's time for you to leave. Memory returns. Question mark. You do so. Gaze into the reflection. Science has reached towards the glass. It's time for you to see what's in it. You withered. Oh. Okay, apparently 80% of players have this achievement. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Proceed to the cabin. You are at the cabin. Approach her.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction. A mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again.
This is my first vessel. Oh, nice. Did you get chapter 4 the first time? Oh, that's sick. It looks like it's a 20 or 17.9 percentage on Steam.
All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same.
You can't be a contradiction. Contradictions don't exist.
And yet my waters flow and my streets bustle. There are no words that can describe me into non-existence. There is no logic that can bind my multitudes. I am everything that you have known me to be, but I am also none of it.
How can you stand to be a contradiction?
As easily as you can stand to be you. You are like me, even if you have chosen not to look at the corners of you that do not fit. Even if you have chosen to ignore the brilliant contours of your soul.
It doesn't matter how many times I go back, at least one of us always hurts the other. Doesn't that change you? Doesn't that make you worse?
It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any less. Does it make you worse? Do you resent me?
If anything, it makes me... Oh, these are choices. No, not really. It all seems so distant as soon as I'm near you.
It does seem small from here, and the more we journey, the smaller each of those steps.
Oh, a limit. This will be, but that doesn't make any of them less special. What do you think of this vessel?
This one is a single-minded edge. She is cruelty, but she is also joy. She will make for a piercing heart. Do not mourn her. She is exactly where she needs to be.
I'm still planning to kill you once we're done with this. Do you know what happens to the worlds we leave behind?
My perspectives are shadowed. You have seen what I have seen, just as I have seen what you have seen. The angles of my vantage do not offer me hidden truths, and my attention is turned inward, except when you are here with me. Perhaps this will change when our work is done.
Attack the entity, destroy your body. Have you figured out what you'll want when we're finished? When we
The
finish?
desires of my multitude thrive in endless competition with themselves, but none of them rise above their dance to influence me. I yearn for what I have always yearned for, our awakening. Other desires shrink in the light of knowing you and knowing me.
Do you still not care what I bring you next?
I care about your gifts, but I have no preferences to burden you with. Even if I did, I would never dare to tarnish our relationship by assuming myself above you.
I don't get this part of the game yet, but you don't have any preferences on how you'd like to change or grow.
The tides do not dictate where they are pulled. A river does not dictate its outlets. My gift to you is to let you choose your path, and my task is to treasure the gifts you bring me.
I don't understand the connection between the vessel lady, me, the voices, and the narrator. I'll still plan to kill you once we're done with this.
If that remains your choice when all is said and done, then you may try. But know that I do not wish you harm, even if you attempt to destroy me.
I'm ready to go back. How many more vessels do I need to bring you?
We will know when we near our destination. I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
I'm worried that, like, destroying myself is like a reset progress thing. Bring the racer's heart to her.
You're on a path in the woods.
Oh, 17%
and
of
at the
people
end
are
of
alone.
that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
I wonder if most people just do one ending in this and they're just like bow out. They're like, oh, that was cool.
You're here to slay her.
What are you talking about?
Why?
Can you tell me what my price is for doing a good job? Yeah, chapter 1. What happened to chapter 5? There might be a chapter 5, but generally the game goes chapter 1, 2, 3, start again. Chapter 1, 2, 3, start again. The goal of the game is to figure out ways to make the princess different, so that when she escapes, that entity gets a different princess. Me when I play PoE 2. What's up, Nolan? That only goes to chapter 4 though, or 3 though, doesn't it? Or is there a chapter 4 now? What the hell happened to chapter 5? Okay, I'm sold. Let's get this over with.
Good. As long as you remain focused on your goal, it should all be smooth sailing. You make your way up the short path.
Do we take the blade again to see? Let's continue down the take the blade path.
You take the blade from the
Hey, I think I'm here to kill you.
Oh, are you now? Why don't you come down and let me take a look at you?
Great job. You gave away the element of surprise. Good luck, hero. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist.
If I skip the dialogue, it means we've already heard it.
basement.
I'm not like skipping stuff that we haven't heard before. It's a skipper that's only if we've heard it before. As long as this isn't grayed out, that means there's more choice there, so I'll just step forward.
You step forward, your grip on...
Oh, but I can't choose to stab her now. What if she's bluffing? What if she kills us?
You go into this expecting to die. You're going to die.
Hesitating? Why don't you drop the knife and the two of us can be civilized with each other?
So, I can still slay the princess. Her.
You charge the princess, blade
Oh, no!
trembling in your hand, but you've already lost the battle. She casually sidesteps your thrust before knocking you to the ground with a single blow from her elbow. We shouldn't have hesitated. But she doesn't stop there. She kicks you a few times for good measure, the pointed tip of her shoes feeling like a pickaxe against your fracturing bones.
making sure you stay down.
The Princess New Jiu-Jitsu classic.
As you lie, crushed and broken on the basement floor, the princess kneels on your throat with the kind of weight you didn't think her slight frame could possibly possess. As you gasp for air, she eyes you with an intense curiosity. You shouldn't have let that fear creep into your heart. You had the upper hand, and now look at you.
Is this really the best you could do? Look at you. Completely broken. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little disappointed.
Free traveling session. I wouldn't say free. I mean, we had to pay to travel there and stuff.
She applies more pressure, slowly squeezing what's left of your life out of your lungs. This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Hey, chapter 2, the tower. Did we get the cheated again now? Or?
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
I'm getting a terrible sense of deja vu.
Terrible sense of deja vu? No, you don't have that. This is the first time either of us have been here. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
Oh, we have a new voice?
You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. What does it matter what he knows? There's nothing we can do to stop her. She's just going to kill us again.
Yeah, we got the broken now.
She is not going to kill you unless you let her. But slaying the princess and saving the world is going to be much more difficult than it has to be if you spend the whole time second-guessing yourself.
It's more than just a view, though. I'm pretty sure this whole thing literally just happened.
It hasn't. Or if it has, I certainly haven't been a part of it. We've just met for the first time, you and I.
You and I. Let's not tell the truth and all this really or happened. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing anything?
Those are two very different questions, but fine. I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that you died last time, which probably only happened. Of course we died. We couldn't land a single blow on her, and she broke every bone in our body before she decided to let us die.
Let's have another good choice in this chapter.
What were we supposed to do to stop her then? What are we supposed to do to stop her now? It's pointless. She's just a princess. Slaying her shouldn't have been difficult, but congratulations. You've been given another chance to actually do this right. And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. The princess killed us and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely?
I think we were being transported to different worlds.
If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died? Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would?
This is on borderline fourth wall breakage. Yeah. I mean, I don't even know if you would say borderline. I mean, the thing is, I don't actually know what the what the meta narrative is necessarily, but it feels a little bit like I am me. I am Endaline, and I'm the one making the choices in the game, and these people are just talking to themselves essentially, right? Like the different voices are speaking to me, but they're also speaking to each other and to me.
If she ended the entire world, why should we even bother? We might as well just walk up to that cabin, break her chains and let her do whatever she wants. It's all the same in the end.
Is it the end of everything?
Just because she's capable of ending the world doesn't mean you're not capable of slaying her. Both of those things can be true at the same time. So chin up. I believe in you.
Let's talk about the princess.
Just be quick about it. Like I said, if she killed you, it was probably because...
What's wrong with people to death? How can someone like that end the world?
She just can. Believe we're not. We might as well just pledge ourselves to her and stop pretending that we're capable of doing anything in this situation.
Wait, what?
She probably doesn't even need to try to overpower us. Can we tone down the pessimism just a smidge? I'm not being a pessimist. I'm just being realistic.
You gotta be realistic
You're
about
being
these things.
annoying. Just ignore their bickering, and whatever you do, don't pledge yourself to her. I cannot stress enough how absolutely catastrophic that would be for everyone, yourself included.
Who locked her in the basement? What is this
People
place?
locked her.
People locked her.
Oh, I didn't know we were special. Of course you're Who cares if you think we're special? As far as I can tell, the only thing special about us is that we get to experience painfully dying all over again.
Totally pledge. Oh yeah, we're gonna pledge ourselves.
I've told you everything you less you know about her. Great. Now, if you don't mind,
Proceed to the cabin.
a warning before you go any further. She will lie. Lying? Cheating? Why would she even bother? She didn't need to do anything like that last time. She caught us off guard last time. We'll be fine. Let's just keep our wits about us. At least one of you still has a shred of sense. Just make sure you listen to him and not that whiner. If that's what you want.
I should not bring the sword if I'm gonna pledge myself to her, probably.
The interior of the cabin is larger and more grandiose than its humble exterior would suggest. The only furniture of note is a massive marble altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
Well, maybe I should grab the blade so I can pledge myself to her with the blade.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. Why do we feel so small? We don't feel small. We are small. You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. We should count ourselves lucky. Some things are better left unseen.
This little cabin is different than last time.
Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here.
Take the blade. Enter the basement.
No blade this time. Yeah. Maybe she'll be more receptive if we're unarmed. Blade, no blade. It doesn't matter.
Voice of the Broken is actually annoying. That's the voice in the back of your head. Anytime you're like, hey, should I do something productive? It's like, oh,
the door to the basement creaks open, revealing a spiral staircase.
We're all
Its
gonna
steps
die
almost as deep
anyway.
as you are tall. The smell of incense drifts up from below. For a moment, you almost feel at ease. Huh. This is actually kind of nice. It's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
I love her voice. I love the smitten.
Her booming voice rolls up the stairs.
Is that a guest I hear? Don't linger on the stairs. Come down and witness me.
Witness me.
You weren't kidding when you said it was booming. She wasn't like this last time. You shouldn't have come down here unarmed. We need to get down there. She wants us to see her. We need to see her. Should we be worried about your sudden change in attitude? Just a few minutes ago you were going on about how pointless everything was. Now you want to go down there.
Give me Black Knight on Undead Parish Tower.
It doesn't matter what that little voice says. He's not the one making the decisions. Though if his ramblings get you to the princess, they get you to the princess.
Is that that's the one before the boar, right? The metal boar?
Making your way down the spiral staircase is a time-consuming and exhausting effort, every step requiring you to clamber over one edge before dropping to the next. But soon the end comes into view, and you tumble to the bottom, entering the vast, temple-like room beyond. The princess towers over you, almost glowing in the weak starlight, her figure framed by a stained glass window. Her long hair billows around her, and a chain binds her wrist to the far wall. The chain is nothing to her. It might as well be a toy for all the good it would do. I told you it was pointless to resist her.
Towers over you, roll the credits.
The little bird has returned to me. I wonder what he wants. I see your hands are empty. You've already given up, haven't you? You aren't even going to try and kill me. How sweet. And more than a little disappointing.
Aw, man.
She's disappointed in us?
Kneel.
Kneel.
On her command, you fall to the floor, knees painfully connecting with hard stone.
That's my good little bird. Now, why don't we talk? The last time we met, you tried to kill me. And yet here you are again. This time groveling at my feet. What a wretched sight. What draws you back here beyond the empty halls of death? Speak.
The last time we met? I suppose that lends credence to our conversation in the woods. Still, whatever you do, don't tell her why you're here. It's best not to give her any ideas.
I don't think I can refuse her, sorry.
Are you serious? Just don't say anything. How hard can it be to not say anything? You haven't felt her angelic fingers run along the edges of your mind. You haven't felt her nails dig into your thoughts.
You're supposed to end the world.
You weak-willed buffoon.
Is that so?
The princess closes her eyes in contemplation.
Something about that thought wraps itself around my heart. It feels like a fundamental truth to my being that I'd somehow forgotten. The collapse of the old is a necessary prelude to the birth of the new, and the world as it is now is overdue for alterations. It's time for me to seize my destiny, and you, little bird, will help me seize it.
She's inevitable. There's nothing else for us to do but help her. Maybe she'll be nice to us.
I'm wondering if part of the game is like whatever vessels you bring to that entity like changes stuff, and you can like bring specific vessels to get specific outcomes. What would you have me do? What do you have planned?
All you have to do is break these chains and set me free.
What happened to you after I died?
Know the limits of your privilege, little bird.
This music sounds too similar to Ash Lake music.
There's an empty place at my side for you to fill, if you'll have it. But it is not a place for an equal. It is a place for something worthy to be kept. A priest, perhaps, or a pet.
Oop, click. Oh. For some reason I thought Ash Lake was like a band or something. But yeah. How do you make music like this? Like, did they buy this from like a website? Did they commission like an orchestra to sing "Oh" in a church? Like, are these all just like sound bites? I'm yours to command. Pledge yourself to her.
Your will was so easily broken. Am I that magnificent?
Oh, we're on the guy singing a lot of parts. That's possible.
All you need to do now is break my chains.
Not hard to make with synths and whatnot. Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Like, when you make like the music in the background here, it is an indie game, so I don't think they hired like an orchestra to make this for them, right? But I mean, it sounds pretty good, so.
If this is what you want, then I guess there's not much else for me to say. No, you can't just give in to her. Not when the stakes are so high. Not when you're so close. I won't let you do this.
Sure, the commissioner at Rockstar would be immoral to skip work of tens of people, eh? I mean, AI art. Maybe all this is AI art too, who knows?
There's still something in the way. A greasy film inside of you where it doesn't belong, trying to conceal you from me. Is that a person? No, it used to be a person. It's something different now.
Cool background.
An echo.
Is she talking about you? That's impossible. She's not supposed to be able to interact with me.
You're a small one, aren't you?
Oh.
A shriveling little worm stretched beyond its limits, trying to control things that it can't understand.
No. What are you talking about?
I don't care what you are. You're mine.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Rise, my little bird.
Without hesitation, you're brought to your feet.
Uh-oh.
Break my chains.
And how are we supposed to do that? We don't even have a weapon.
All you need to do is believe it's been done.
I'm a little worm, crushable and timid. What's up, Sergeant? I have to. It's over. I'm sorry.
There's nothing to be sorry about. This is how it was always going to be.
She knows how it works.
Good.
This isn't Final Fantasy VII? Wait, are you sure? Wait, did I launch the wrong game? No!
Alright, I'm done with this. I'm just gonna go sit in the corner. Let me know if we get our agency back.
Break her chains. And what if I don't believe? What happens then?
You poor, wretched little thing. You already do believe. You've always believed. All you have to do is open the last door to your heart.
It's easy. And once you let her in, you'll be safe and free forever.
One second, let's see here.
Please, don't do this.
Break her chains. Voice of the hero got to sit in the cock chair.
Her chains shatter, and the cuff falls from her wrist. She is loose, and the end is upon us.
What a good disciple you are. Come, it's time for us to leave.
What happens now?
Nothing. And then, everything.
Take her hand. Pledge your loyalty to your better. Well, bigger is better, right? But you do not take her hand, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
Aren't you scared? This is not the end. This is the end for you, but it's not the end for me. It's going to be okay. Just trust me. We've been here before, and you always get scared.
But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything. I don't want to look at us.
It's the end for you, but it's not for me.
What is that supposed to mean? Whatever awful thing I felt before, it feels so much worse now. This is what we all deserve, isn't it?
Approach the mirror. Approach the mirror. Gaze into your reflection. They're gone again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You've unraveled. A lot of people have that ending. It's like 50%. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Proceed to the cabin. Every time I see this being streamed, it looks like some kind of femdom erogy. Ah, some of the endings, I can see that for sure.
There's a world
This is
beyond
the
endless walls of
most
the long
femdom ones,
quiet.
though.
I am curious to see what it means for us to know it.
Do you think there are people out there?
It doesn't matter if there are. People are too small for us.
Did you share
You
this
and
episode or
I
no?
are the only things that interest me.
What's the point of saving if you go back it doesn't remember your progress? Do you think anything's real out there? Do you think we're real?
We are real. Nothing is an idea that dwells in the absence of something. But nothing cannot exist on its own.
Completion's sake.
And because of that, nothing can't exist.
Wait, but I thought we could do everything in one playthrough. But do I have to do multiple playthroughs to do everything? When you send me back, I'm not alone. There are voices that speak to me. Some of them are me, but one of them is something else. I call him the narrator, and he wants me to kill you. Do you have a narrator? Have the vessels had one?
No, their minds are empty, existent, but constantly shifting into something new. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond?
He does. I don't know what I'm going to do when I find him. He does, and when I find him, you and I are finally going to have answers. He does, and when I find him, you and I are finally going to have answers.
Do not look to one who fears me for your truth. The only answers worth knowing are those we can find within ourselves.
It's trying to be impossible to do everything. Oh, okay. I thought once we went down a path, that was like the path, and then we could go on a different path, and that was that path. But we're essentially saying that depending on what choices I make in every path, that changes the game. We we'll say in this conversation. Oh, okay. That's just like a boss in the Blasphemous series, and that I'm about to stuck on her for the next. Oh yeah, I'm about to be stuck on her for the next 3 hours. Yeah. Worth knowing our Do you have any thoughts on this vessel?
This one is dominance, a figure capable of bending everything to her will. She will make for an overwhelming heart.
So I need to, but if I'd saved after this chapter 2, then I would have been locked into like that path, right? So the easiest way to manage the save files would be to be like, here's like one path, here's two path, 3 path, 4 path, etc., right? Like you would say like, here's when I've gotten one of the things. I should have noted down which ones we've gotten to, but
do not mourn her, for she would not be able to mourn you.
Do you know what's going to happen when you awaken?
If I did, I would already be awake.
How many more vessels do I need to bring you?
1. Whatever you bring me next will be enough, and then gravity will pull the others back to me. I will be singular, a final multitude.
If this is the last time, is there anything you would like me to bring you?
These gifts are a conversation, and each one shows me the contours of your heart. The only thing I want to see is what you choose for me when the thread is fully drawn.
After you complete the game, you will get a list of vessels and vague instruction how to get them. Okay. You know we're going to fight when this is over. Do you really want me to bring you the last vessel?
We may fight, and we may not, but not all fights end in destruction, just as not all conversations end in peace. Even if you destroy me, it will have been worth it to finally know what I am, and to have had the chance to know you.
If this is the last stage before your completion, then I'm not going back. I'm just gonna stay here.
You've already tried waiting, but I understand if you need more time. I'll wait with you.
Wait.
I will see you when you return. What textures will you weave for yourself to occupy for? If you close that box, will you become another you in another world? An imaginary pattern repeating itself.
I forgot she closes the game when I do this. God damn it. God damn it. Gosh, dingity darn it.
You have returned to me, though you were gone mere moments. The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are. I will be here, waiting for you.
The hero and the princess.
You're on a path in the wood. You're here to sleep.
Feels, with that knowledge, feels kind of dumb that we started off on the peaceful path where I was like, oh, we're not gonna kill the princess at all, and then I went down the like, let's murder the princess path.
Don't mention it. It's all part of the job. You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the prince. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
I'm just gonna grab the blade
interior
again.
of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale.
Take the blade. Enter the basement. Can I still be like, hey, I'm here to murder you? Just checking in on you.
It's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about me.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
Nuh-uh. Yeah, caught me. I'm here to slay you.
That isn't a good idea. Just drop the knife, and maybe the two of us can talk things out.
She's right, we shouldn't. We should just drop the blade. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Drop it.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face. Unarmed.
You're so sad now.
We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
Do you know why I'm here to kill you?
Do you?
I don't know what I've been told, whether or not I believe it is an entirely different matter.
So, you're not going to share? How pointless. If you want to talk, I'll talk. But this isn't talking.
A relationship? Are you coming on to me?
Don't jump to any weird conclusions. We're two people who have met each other. By definition, we have a relationship.
Okay, we're doing the by definition. How would I get you out of here?
You can't. Don't bother.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't, well, we can always put that knife to good use.
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade. She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting.
Hi, Bella.
Right? She is. I'm sure of it.
Hi, fröken Löken. Hi, fröken Löken. Är det fröken Löken? Hi. What's your name?
She hesitates before answering.
Princess.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
Note the lack of detail. You can't trust her.
How long have you been down here?
Too long.
Again, she offers no specifics. No matter how hard you try, you'll never get a straight answer out of her.
Okay, we talked enough.
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
You know why you're here.
I'm getting out of here. Examine her chains. I'm going to keep you locked away. We can know each other. I'm getting out of here. Examine the chains.
Oh, you have to be kidding me. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
If you don't have the key, maybe you should go looking for it. I'm sure it's somewhere upstairs.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
I'm gonna check upstairs. Maybe the key is still lying around somewhere up there, and if not, maybe I can at least find something to break you free.
I'll be here.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut.
Ooh.
You hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
The narrator did that. Cheating bastard.
Is someone else here?
Hey, let me out of
Your
here.
shouts and pleas are met with silence. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
Try the door.
You try the door, but it's locked from the outside. I'll repeat myself once again. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
Return to the bottom of the stairs.
You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd simply slain her like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone.
Everyone!
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they? The knife.
They?
Pick it up and cut me out of here.
1 second. I'm gonna put my heater on for a second. It's just like a little bit chilly.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
Save the princess.
Against your better judgment,
Oh.
you place the blade against the princess's arm, just above the massive, unyielding chain. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and you make quick work of it. Before long, you're able to crack through bone, and she pulls the bleeding stub of her arm through the iron gauntlet. She didn't so much as utter a sound. Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you, her fierce gaze meeting your eye. How is she so composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered by it.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Approach the locked door.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I just can't let her escape into the world.
Oh, he's breaking his own rules.
As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade.
He can't do this.
Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
Oh my god. What the hell? Oh, this is because I've already slain the princess, right? Warner.
Stop that.
I thought this was a little too easy.
Your body lunges forwards to sink the blade into her back, but the princess swiftly moves out of the way before you can connect. Stop it. Stop resisting me. I am trying to get you out of here alive.
So all those great odds options would just lead to a vessel I've already had, essentially. Resist.
The blade. Move the blade.
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes. I'll make this quick.
She steps forward and pries the blade from your rigid hands.
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
And then she slits your throat with an almost clinical ease.
Whoops.
Her face remains unchanged as she watches you collapse to the ground, blood flowing from your butchered neck. This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die. I hope it was worth it.
Chapter 2, The Prisoner.
You're on a path in the woods. You're here to sleep. A terrible sense of... Don't forget what he did to us the last time around. I wouldn't trust a word out of his mouth. There's got to be a way out of here, for us and for the princess. We just have to keep trying.
Should I pick Slay the Spire? The Prisoner of Love.
I'm inclined to agree. If he doesn't remember what happened last time, maybe it's best to keep it that way.
We need George to play Slay the Princess. He probably has already, though.
You know I can hear you two, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. And as far as trying to help her goes, need I remind you how catastrophically dangerous she is to the world at large? We could go back and forth on this forever, and it won't get you any closer to...
Just to tell the truth.
Those are two very different questions, but fine, I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me. If you're back here, I'm assuming you died. The absolute irony. Well, that's one way to put it, I guess.
I'm on a Monster Train bender trying to climb ascensions. Dude, I love Monster Train. I'm really excited for Monster Train 2. I should play the demo at some point. I like Monster Train way more than Slay the Spire, but they're both good games. Going now, bye-bye. See you, Shosho. Thanks for hanging out, buddy. Have a good day. It's so funny. I love Monster Train. Good game? Yeah, it's super good. I got pretty far in the Essentials in Monster Train. I don't remember how far, though, but I was like pretty close to like finishing the game or whatever.
You really don't remember what happened last time, do you? You practically forced the princess to kill us. That doesn't sound like the sort of thing I'd do. Which is honestly all the more reason for you to not buy into whatever self-delusions the three of you are crafting. But this is a thought experiment, so I suppose I'll continue to give you the benefit of the doubt. If I did practically force the princess to kill you, it was probably for a good reason. Did you try and free her? Did you say something really mean to me? Because if I really did what you said I did, you probably deserved it. I'm a professional, after all.
Did you play DLC last year? Yeah, that's one that introduced like a super special end boss, right? Yeah, I did that one.
Sure you are. Anyway, I believe your second question was, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making... What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. You forced the princess to kill us and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here.
Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely? If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died? Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would?